Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, and today I'm going to answer an email from Terry. Terry didn't tell me what state you're calling from or what state you live in, whatever. I kind of keep track. But Terry's having a problem with his drive disc keeps sliding down on the crankshaft when it's running. I've had a few viewers with the same issue. Now there's a couple of different things you can do. The first one I don't do and I don't really recommend doing. The second is the way I do it on a lot of big shivs at the shop, on machines that keep working their way down. We have a 20-inch bandsaw, and the upper and lower wheels I cannot keep on the axle shafts where I want them, so I dimple them. I'm going to show you what I mean by that and how simple it is to do. The first thing I've seen on a couple machines that I bought to work on, they did this to them. They took the little set screws out and they put regular cap head screws. Now the problem with that is you can get a tremendous amount of torque on these, more so than a set screw, and you could strip these threads out because the portion where the threads are is not very large. One thing you want to do is take this off your machine, take the keyway out, screw that all the way in, and make sure that it's going past where the keyway is. Sometimes the threads will get messed up at the bottom of the hole and the set screw is not really going through like it should to put pressure on the key to hold this thing on your crank. Now the things that I've done at work that I like a lot better is dimpling it. And what you do is you drill and tap. I got two holes on here that I've got drilled and tapped through this flange where it's going to dig into the axle. You don't want to just put this on and crank them set screws into the crankshaft, because it's going to raise the material on the crank and you won't get this back off without a lot of work. The set screws you want to use are these that have a point on the end, or they're pointed. Some are flat. These are pointed with a cup and they're made to dig in. You don't necessarily want to do that to your crank. We're going to say this is the crankshaft. We're going to put it in here. We're going to stick it in the vise, and I'm going to show you how to dimple the crank. You want to put this drive disc on your engine on the machine. The bad part about it, when you go to dimple it, you have to take the engine off the machine to do it, unless you can get down in there with a drill. But you want to adjust this disc exactly where you want it. Tighten the set screws up, lift the motor out. These are 5/16 18 set screws. I'm using a 1/4-inch drill. We're going to drill down this hole and we're going to put a dimple in the crankshaft. Now you don't have to go real deep. All you need is a little spot on there, just big enough for the point of this set screw to go into. And once you put that in there and tighten it in, that flange is not going to move again. Now you may want to put a little Loctite on here. but make sure you use the removable kind, not the, what they call it, high strength, because that's a little hard to get out. Now on this, I showed you I had 2 spots that were drilled and tapped. I wouldn't recommend using both of them right now. If you dimple your crank, this is going to slide on your drive disc is going to slide on your crankshaft in the same place every time because of the key that's machined into your crank. So if sometime down the road, for some reason, you want to lower or raise this, you're not going to be able to, because this hole, when you tighten that set screw up, is going to pull this disc right back to where it was. So if you have to change your position, don't use this set screw. Change the position on how you want it. Go to the other set screw and dimple the shaft in a different place. Then put that set screw in with a little Loctite. This will not move again on you. That's how I fix them at work, and I've never had much of a problem. Now the newer machines, this hole does not go all the way through. It's a bottomed hole. And what they mean by that is kind of like a cup. The drive disc sits on the crankshaft and it can only go in one place. They have a 3/8 hole drilled through the bottom of this for a bolt to go straight up into your crankshaft. And that holds this exactly where it's supposed to be. Now if somewhere along the way someone has changed the engine and the crank is a little shorter or longer, that's going to affect this distance that you need. How they tell you to do that, to change it, if you want to bring your drive disc down, you take it off, you take a washer, you drop it down inside your drive disc, and you put it back on. That will push your drive disc down the thickness of this washer. Most of the people I've talked to tell me there's already one washer in there. So you can take this off, dump the washer out, and when you put it back on, it will raise this if you need it raised. If you have to have it raised more than that, the only thing you can do is you take the 4 bolts out of the engine that holds it to your rear case, you lift the engine up a little bit, you put your washers under the engine between the rear case and the bottom of the engine, you put your bolts back in. That will raise your engine up and your drive disc. They have these things pretty well engineered and designed, so if you have all the original parts, everything lines up great. The only thing that's going to happen down the road is on your drive disc may wear a little bit because these are aluminum, or your rubber clutch disc is going to wear and it's going to decrease the size of the diameter of it. But you can allow for that with the spring on the yoke. I tell everybody, if you're having trouble with this thing slipping, not going up hills, tighten that spring as tight as you can get it. Some machines have 3 holes on the top, 2 on the bottom. If yours doesn't, you can always drill more holes. Drill them up higher, stretch that spring harder, and it's going to make it drive better. That's all you got to do to it. So Terry, if you got any other questions, let me know. I hope this helps out a lot of you guys. I think that's about it. So until next time, work safe, have fun, and we'll talk to you soon.